Welcome to our channel. Today we learn English through a powerful motivational story. This story is simple, emotional, and meaningful. It is written to help you improve your English while also improving your mindset. The title of today's story is Attitude is Everything. Before we begin the story, let us start with a strong truth. Two people can face the same problem. One breaks down, the other grows stronger. The difference is not luck. It is not talent. It is not money. The difference is attitude. Attitude is the invisible force that decides how high you rise or how low you fall. Now let us step into the story. The town was not famous. It did not appear on postcards or travel videos. It was an ordinary place, filled with ordinary people, ordinary jobs, and ordinary dreams. Every morning the streets filled with movement. Some people walked fast, some walked slowly, but everyone carried something inside them. Some carried hope, some carried fear, some carried anger, and some carried belief. In this town there was a factory at the edge of the road. The factory whistle blew every morning at the same time. When people heard that sound, their reactions were different. Some sighed deeply, feeling tired before the day even started. Some complained quietly, thinking about how hard life was. Others straightened their backs, took a deep breath, and walked forward with calm determination. The work was the same for everyone. Only the attitude was different. Inside the factory, the machines were loud, the air was warm, the work was repetitive. Hour after hour, the same movements, the same sounds, the same routine. Many people believed this place was a prison. They believed it was proof that life was unfair. They believed they were trapped. And because they believed that, every minute felt heavy, slow, and painful. But there were also people who saw the same factory differently. To them, it was not a prison. It was a training ground. It was a place to build discipline, patience, and strength. They believed every difficult task was shaping them into something better. They believed that how they acted today would decide where they stood tomorrow. And because of that belief, the same hours felt lighter, faster, and meaningful. One day, something unexpected happened. A machine broke down. The work stopped. The noise disappeared. Silence filled the factory. People looked at each other with confusion and frustration. Some started complaining immediately. Their voices were loud and angry. They blamed the management. They blamed the machines. They blamed their luck. Their faces showed stress, even though the work had stopped. Others stayed quiet. They observed. They waited. They asked questions. Instead of panic, they showed curiosity. Instead of anger, they showed patience. The problem was the same. The situation was the same. But the emotional reaction was completely different. That moment revealed something important. When life stops your routine, your attitude becomes visible. When plans fail, when systems break, when things go wrong, your mindset speaks louder than your words. Some people fall apart. Others step forward. The supervisors noticed this. They did not look only at skill or speed. They watched behavior. They watched reactions. They watched who complained and who stayed calm, who created problems and who looked for solutions. Because in real life, attitude often matters more than ability. Outside the factory, life followed the same rule. In the market, some shopkeepers complained that customers were fewer, that prices were rising, that times were bad. Their shops felt heavy. Their voices felt tired. Customers felt that energy and walked away. Other shopkeepers faced the same challenges but chose a different approach. They greeted customers with warmth. They adjusted. They learned. They improved. Their shops felt alive. Customers stayed longer. Slowly, without magic, without shortcuts, their situation improved. Again, the difference was not the situation. It was attitude. There was also a school in the town. Students sat in the same classrooms, listened to the same lessons, and used the same books. Some students believed they were not smart. They believed mistakes were shameful. Every wrong answer made them feel smaller. They stopped trying. Their world slowly became smaller and smaller. Other students believed mistakes were lessons. They believed effort mattered more than talent. When they failed, they tried again. When they struggled, they asked questions. Their confidence grew, not because life was easy, but because their attitude made difficulty useful. Time passed. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. The town did not change quickly. There was no sudden miracle, but something subtle happened. People with negative attitudes stayed stuck. People with positive, responsible attitudes slowly moved forward. Not always faster, not always easier, but always forward. Life tested everyone. There were losses, there were disappointments, there were moments when giving up felt comfortable. In those moments, attitude became a decision. Not a feeling, but a choice. A choice to stand up instead of staying down. A choice to learn instead of blame. A choice to move instead of freeze. One powerful truth became clear. Attitude does not change the problem immediately. It changes you. And when you change, your actions change. When your actions change, your results change. That is how progress is born. Quietly, slowly, consistently. People began to notice something else. Those with strong attitudes slept better. They smiled more. They handled stress with more control. Even when life was hard, their inner world stayed stable. Those with weak attitudes were always tired, always angry, always waiting for life to be fair before acting. The town never made headlines, but within it, lives were being shaped. Some people waited for motivation. Others built discipline. Some waited for confidence. Others created it through action. Some waited for the world to change. Others changed themselves first. And that is the hidden power of attitude. It is not loud. It does not ask for attention. But it decides everything. It decides how you wake up, how you speak, how you react, how you continue when no one is watching. Attitude is how you face a slow morning, how you handle a mistake, how you respond to criticism, how you treat small tasks. Life is not made only of big moments. It is made of thousands of small reactions. And attitude controls every single one. In the end, success did not belong to the strongest or the smartest. It belonged to those who refused to quit mentally, those who believed growth was possible, those who chose responsibility over excuses, those who understood one simple rule. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. This story does not belong to one person. It belongs to everyone. It belongs to workers, students, dreamers, and learners. It belongs to you, because every day you are choosing your attitude. Every day you are deciding who you are becoming. Remember this: skills can be learned, knowledge can be gained, opportunities can appear and disappear, but attitude is built from within. Protect it, train it, strengthen it. Because in the long journey of life, attitude is everything.